Make sure y'all hit that like button. Three people, ain't nobody hit the like button yet. Come on, man. Come on, man. What you do? All these fucking notifications popping up on my phone. Hate that shit. Thank you for that like, whoever hit the like button first. I know I've been gone for a minute, and if you're new to the live and you like, what you mean? You been gone for a minute, I ain't never seen you. Well, that's the reason you're here. For the first time. As y'all can see, I ain't in my car. Finally moved into my new crib. We haven't moved all, I mean, we moved in, but we haven't got all our furniture and stuff yet, so house still kind of empty, but hey, it's whatever. Happy to be in a new environment. Bring y'all new content. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna be bringing yet, but still. And then I posted it like, did y'all miss me? Like, I don't be posting videos every day. So still just haven't been going live. Hey, shout out to Curtis coming through. Appreciate that, man. The last area I was in, I was there for like almost 2 years, and that was like the longest I've been in one house for like since I was like a teenager. Like, so now finally in the spot I want to be in. Like, shit, I didn't grow up in apartments, but I had to stay there. Definitely. So just being in this new area, it just makes me want to do more, like just more content. I just gotta actually, as soon as we moved in here, my daughter caught the flu. Like, so shit, I kind of almost got sick, or I did kind of get low in health at the moment, but I'm back good now. So the house said no. Got plans for a garden. My wife was talking about setting up a garden, so that's gonna be on her. I ain't gonna. I mean, I probably do plant some marijuana plants out here. I ain't even gonna lie. But this Vegas, so this shit hot as fuck. So make sure y'all hit that like button. There's 7 people in here. There's 6 people in here. 3 likes. Come on, man. House, what you say no for? You gotta plant more yourself too. I know I gotta do some. I gotta plant myself too. Like, but I tried when I was in my apartment. I tried fucking planting fucking some weed, some cannabis. That shit, I couldn't do it every day. And so out here in Vegas, you have to have like the right setting, cause this is a fucking desert. So it be hot as fuck out here. And then you gotta make sure, like I said, you taking care of it every day. Like shit, when I was trying to do it first, I was going out of town. Like shit was just drying up. So, got any questions for gardening? Oh, for sure. I definitely need to know how to. Cause as I grow and as I buy more land and like just get into new things, like I do want to start growing food for myself. Just living a more organic and healthier lifestyle. Even though I do kind of, I'm a conscious eater. Said why she said no. I don't know why he said no. But I do be still kind of eating unhealthy, low key. Moved from Reno to Vegas. Nah, I was always in Vegas. Actually, I'm in North Las Vegas now, so I moved from Vegas to North Las Vegas. I've never been to Reno, but it was a show back in the early 2000s called Reno 911. That was one of my favorite shows on Comedy Central. They probably still play that shit today. There's my mom coming through. Set up a small. See, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. That's above my I need to learn. I need to do more learning. Like I said, when I was trying to grow my weed, like shit, it was things that I know I needed to like grow in your house. Like shit, I just was trying to do it like the regular way, and that shit failed miserably. So I'm like, hey, when I get the space and the time, then I'm gonna focus on doing it. But shit, now I'm in a spot, so I can. Weed loves heat. They don't love this Vegas heat. I'm telling you, this shit get 120 degrees on an average day in the summertime. So yeah, with all that timer and shit, like all of that, the lights and shit, I know that's extra stuff that I know I need that I didn't invest in at first. So that's why I kind of fucked up my shit. So I wasn't tripping that I messed it up because it was my first time. So hey, I don't expect to get everything right when I first try it. I'm gonna need a drip. Let's see, unless you grow some cactus. I can find that shit out here somewhere low key. I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get into gardening though. Like it's all about the timing though, low key. That's all it's about. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. As you see, I ain't titled it nothing, so it's just a random ass conversation. I've never had cactus fruit. What that tastes like? I ain't even know that shit was I've never even heard of cactus fruit. Yeah, we know you at your job, man. Well, I know you at your job. Should nobody else know that? Oh yeah, I'm almost monetized. I'm less than 400 hours away from being monetized as well. So look up Cactus 20. I'm gonna check that out. So I'm less than 450 watch time hours away from being monetized. So hey, you too, Curtis. Definitely have an excellent day. Here. But yeah, so I've been off live for like 11 days. And I looked at that shit. I'm like, damn, it's been that long. It's been 11 days since I've been on live. Like that shit kind of. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't keep wasting my precious time not doing these live streams, because this is how I get my watch time hours up. But I did have a video recently that got like 14,000 views that wasn't a short, and that kind of boosted my watch time hours up. So, nah, it wasn't the most positive shit that I posted, but that's what's crazy, man. Like, you gotta post, like, I ain't gonna say negativity to get views, but it's hard getting views when like you trying to post or talk about some shit that's gonna help a motherfucker evolve. Like they want you to talk about bullshit or post bullshit. Prickly pears look good too. Sound like you got your whole got a whole garden over there. I told myself once I moved here, I was gonna be on live more often. So I kind of slacked off for the first few days, but hey, not no more. Well, I ain't even been here 11 days yet, so y'all gonna start seeing me all day, every day. You gonna see that live or that red live circle around my shit, cause I'm gonna be on this bitch all day. Especially cause it's like a marathon getting these last 450 watch time hours. Like in the beginning of the 2022, I had a goal to be monetized, and like shit, I ain't have a number of subscribers I wanted or a number of views. I just knew I wanted to be monetized. So I tell people all the time, 2022, I started posting shorts every single day. Like I still haven't stopped posting, missed a day of posting shorts. But then I started doing lives because shorts won't get your channel monetized. Like no matter how many views you get, you can get millions of views. If your channel is not monetized already, shorts would not help you with those watch time hours. So I had to figure it out. Like how was I gonna get my watch time hours up? And that was by getting on live, and then also posting videos that's more than a minute long. But it's hard to get people to watch those type of videos. I don't know what the fuck it is with the algorithm, but like I said, one of my videos finally got like 14,000 views, and like it was like a 4 minute, 5 minute video, and like that boosted up my watch time. I was pretty good. I mean, quick. So getting on here every day, just live, got me probably like I'll say it probably got me like 3,000 watch time hours in just this year alone. Like just posting, getting on live almost every day. So, and I started with zero. Like literally, I started with zero watch time hours January 1st, 2022. Like so now I'm at like 35, 50 something. So if you want to be monetized, you want to get subscribers and views, post shorts every single day, get on live. You ain't got to get on live every day, but as often as you do get on live, the more watch time hours you can get. So just imagine if I got 7 people in here for an hour. That's 7 hours watch time, 2 hours 14, like 3 hours 21 hours. Like if you do that every day, all you got to do is average 11 watch time hours a day for a whole year for your channel to be monetized. Me, I cut that. As you can see, like I said, I started in January, and I'm already at 3,500. So, Major Key TV, no problem, no problem at all. But I'm telling you, I started with zero watch time hours. I had 1,400 subscribers January. Now I'm at 32,000 subscribers, and I'm at 3,500 watch time hours. So, and we ain't even at half the year. So, yeah, that's the sauce. That's the secret to being monetized. And you ain't gotta post like personal clips. You ain't as far as your shorts, because whether you believe it or not, that won't help because people don't know you yet. Like so, me, I tell people I started posting Nipsey Hussle shorts. That's my favorite rapper. Not even just favorite rapper because he was more than that, but he inspired me on so much of a level. Like I wanted to share his interviews on my shorts. So that's what started getting my channel popping. And once I realized that worked for me, I just started doubling down on like just the shorts and like just not just posting Nipsey shorts, but I post 50 Cent, Rick Ross, like it don't matter, Yo Gotti, Young Dog. As long as you got some game, it don't matter who you are, what color you are, where you come from, how old you are. If you're giving motivation and inspiration, I'm going to share it because I will want people to be motivated and inspired like I was. So I found my niche in what I wanted to post. So uh, post shorts got me over 10 million views in less than 6 months. Like I'm telling you, when I first started posting shorts, I had 65,000 views total, and that was from 2017 to 2022. And this year alone, I got 10 million views. So I know it's people. I'm pretty sure people probably got a better secret to this YouTube shit, but this is like I said was working for me. Like ain't nobody else put me on to like how to get my channel monetized, and it worked. Like most people would say, hey, this is how you get views and subscribers, but that shit don't work. Like, so I know it works for me. I know if you follow that fucking algorithm, because that's what it's all about. YouTube wants you to post shorts. You would not get copyrighted for posting like interviews or clips of like motivation clips. If it got music in it, yeah, you would. If somebody it's really you can post whatever you want, reshare whatever you want. You don't have to say, oh, it's not my creative content, so I can't share it. I'm telling you, if you go on YouTube, right, and you post or you search Nipsey Hussle interview, it'll be 10 interviews, but 10 different channels posted the same thing, and they're all eating off that, especially if they monetize it. But if you're not monetized, of course you're not eating, you're just sharing it. So figure out what works for you. Like you post whatever you're a fan of. Like I tell women all the time, if you're a big fan of Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, post they shorts. Cardi B, post it. Post her. Post whatever it is that you love. If you love boxing, if you love basketball, post those. So whatever it is that you're into, post that shit and do it consistently, because that's what's going to keep you ahead of everybody else. I done posted over 800 videos this year. Once again, we just got into May. So 5 months in, I done got over 800 videos, 10 million views, 30,000 subscribers. And a short takes a minute to post, 2 minutes, 3 minute tops to post a short. That's finding it, seeing that you want to post it, fucking screen recorder, or there's different apps that you could just copy the link and take it to the app, and then it'll do the rest. All you gotta do is save the video and repost it. Like, it's different things that you can do. It's a app my brother put me on, like for TikTok videos. If you see a TikTok video, copy the link. I think it's called snaptik.com. Or if you got Instagram video that you want to share, it's called snapinsta.something.com, something like that. But you don't even got to screen record the shit. Literally. All you got to do is copy the link, repost it, repaste it, and then just share that shit. I tell people all the time, shit. I'm on YouTube every single day. I've been on YouTube every single day for the past probably 5, 6 years, 7 years, probably more than that. Just watching other people's content. So once it clicked in my head, Kenneth, you're getting everybody else paid, yet you're wasting your time watching them. You might want to like flip that around. I'm like, oh shit, I need to start posting every day, because man, this is what everybody else is doing in there, getting rich, wealthy, successful, whatever you want. And I'm over here just helping them get there. So I'm like, fuck that shit. Let me do it myself. Plus, I already got family members or 2 brothers that are successful on YouTube. So I already seen that it could be done personally. I wasn't on the outside and nobody around me never did and never was successful. So I didn't know it could be done. Like, nah, I always knew it could be done. I just wasn't consistent. I was procrastinating. Like, I got ADHD, so it's like that shit is real for me. Hold on, y'all gotta get an ashtray. Turn on this thing too. Damn, I left and everybody else left too. Let me know if somebody's still in here. My screen say 0 people in this bitch. I wasn't even going a whole minute. Fuck it with it. Alright. So yeah, I don't know why fucking YouTube do that shit. It'll say 0 people in here, like when it is people in here. But that's what discourages a lot of people. Seeing their views are low. If they get on live and they're seeing it's only 0, like it's not showing people in the live. But YouTube, I don't know why, or if it's a glitcher in the system or whatever, but they need to fix it to where, like, I mean, I don't know. They probably got a reason why they do it. But that discourages people from posting. It discourages people from like being consistent, because who wants to get on live and talk for hours or minutes and it's just them? Nobody. So what YouTube does, like, it discourages me. I mean, not me. Like, I already noticed like shit that pattern. Like, so it don't discourage me no more. But in the beginning, that shit used to get. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody watching. But it's whatever. My whole thing is like shit. Just keep doing what I'm doing. Keep focus on what I got going on, and shit. The shit gonna work out in my favor. Shit. So I already know I'm on the right path. Like no one could discourage me and tell me, Kenneth, you're doing the wrong thing because shit. I've got to where I'm at now off the strength of not needing nobody's assistance but God and like my wife and kids. Like I don't really. This shit has really been all on me. So knowing like shit, I was able to do it, and I'm like I said, a serial procrastinator, a serial like literally. I will sit in bed, not even watching TV, but just scrolling on my phone like shit, or just on YouTube watching videos, and I'm like, man, I gotta get over that shit. So posting every day has gotten me, like I said, 10 million views, 30,000 subscribers in like 5 months. So if I could do that shit, you could do it. Just post like whatever you're interested in. Don't be posting some shit that you don't care about. But sometimes I gotta do that. Sometimes I gotta post shit that I really don't care about. See, cause low key I don't give a fuck about a celebrity, uh, period. But I have to post that because that's what people care about. Like shit, I fuck with Nipsey Hussle, but that cause he was more than a celebrity. Like how much does YouTube pay after you get monetized? It goes off the video. So shorts, if you once you get monetized, a short video won't pay you the same amount as like a 10-minute video or whatever. Like so, I know if you get a million views on a video that's more than a minute, shout out to Corey Preston coming through. That's like average around like $4,000, like for million views in a month. Like so, for shorts, I think it's like $400 if you get a million views on a short. So just if you 10% of a what million is 100,000 views, shit, you get a $400 for that on a regular video. So it just goes by that. I think that's the chart. I like I said, I haven't been monetized yet, but I got two brothers that's monetized. So not to say I was been pocket watching, but it was just right there in my face. I seen my older brother bringing in like 100,000 a month consistently, like off YouTube. So now it's 2018. I don't know how much he bringing in now, but when I used to live with my brother in his guest house, I was there for like 7 months. No 7 months off YouTube. My brother was touring. He's not an artist. He's not a rapper. Well, he does got music out there, but he's not a musician. He was touring the world. I mean, the United States. He was making 6 figures a month off YouTube, and he was getting brand deals. Like so, ain't no telling how much he was really making. Like, but that was all off YouTube. You need 1,000 subscribers to be monetized, but you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time. Chicago, where you? I'm from Gary, Indiana. Like, so I'm from Gary, Indiana, but I live in Las Vegas. I've been here for like the past 4 years. So the best move I ever made. Can't even lie. I was just in. Went back home, but in March to see my son, so I had to catch the flight to O'Hare, Chicago. Man, shit was all gloomy and shit, cold and rainy and shit. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I hate coming back to the Midwest. It's something about the energy in the Midwest. I don't know, but it's like a dark energy. Can't explain that shit. But when I got there, I was feeling all like depressed and shit, anxiety. I'm like, what the fuck? I couldn't wait to get back to Vegas. And to know like it's some people who never leave where they grow up at. I'm like, man, y'all gotta start going out. Fuck the fear. Fuck being scared. Fuck not having nobody else where you trying to go. Dude, just leave. Like, just walk out on faith. Like, have faith. I mean, like, just know the shit gonna work out. Yeah, you might trip up. Maybe, yeah, you gonna have obstacles in your way. Things that try to distract you and keep you where you at right now. But shit, fuck that shit. Get over that. Just keep pressing forward. Your life will turn out exactly how you want it to turn out. Maybe not in the time frame you want it, but it will turn out when you want it to. It will turn out the way you plan it. I'm big on the law of attraction. So the law that's about using your mind to get what you want. Like if you can visualize yourself having, definitely a lot of killing each other. But the law of attraction, if you can visualize yourself having something, you can have that shit in real life. If you can imagine it, it can manifest into reality. So I use that to get everything I want. Anything I can picture myself having or seeing myself in a place, I eventually get there every single time. Like so, that's why I'm in the house I'm in now, the area, the environment I'm in now. That's why my YouTube is where it is. Like, cause it was at a point of time where I didn't have it, but I seen it for myself. I wanted it, and I started working towards it. Like, so if you don't, you could always imagine some shit. You could daydream forever, but that ain't gonna mean it's gonna happen. But once you start putting that action towards it, that's when the universe like say, okay, we see Kenneth doing his thing, so let's help him along on his journey. Like so, if you don't, you can't just pray and ask God to bless you with something, but you're not gonna do nothing to try to get it yourself. God gonna be like, yeah, okay, I see you asking for it, but why should I give it to you? Like so, I'd rather work for everything I got on my own now. Like so, I don't care about handouts. Like I said, I got family members that got money, but I don't ask for shit. Like, cause I got it on my own. Like, cause I never want nobody to say, "Hey, this is what I did for him. You wouldn't be here without me." Like, I don't ever want that to be attached to my name. It's so many people, successful and not successful people, who were put on by other people, and like it was able to be took away like just like that because a person stopped fucking with them. Like so, hey, I'd rather do this shit myself, work on my life. I mean, work on my dreams and shit. Stay out the way. Like shit, I'm not stepping on nobody's feet. I'm not in nobody else's lane. I'm not doing what nobody else doing. Yeah, I probably post videos like other people post or similar videos, but when I get on live, you don't hear this conversation from nobody else. Cause this ain't even no deep conversation. Like shit, anybody who been here like when I first started posting, they know how deep this conversation I can go. Like, but I'm just keeping it light, keeping it basic. Cause, hey, ain't nobody asked for nothing. But shit, I need to start back doing my readings on here too. Like, but for, like the fact that I'm less than 500 watch time hours from being monetized, man, in 2017, y'all, 2017, when I learned about the law of attraction, I thought I was gonna manifest me being monetized in that same year. I thought I was gonna be monetized. Thought I was gonna have millions of views, millions of subscribers, cause my brothers did. And I'm like, shit, it's gonna be like that for me. Like I didn't understand the work I had to put in to get that. I just thought it was gonna just fall into my lap because of my name or who I was attached to. Like so, shit ain't work like that. Shit did not work like that. But I didn't want it to work like that either, because if it had a did, like I said, anything could have happened where that was snatched away from me off the strip. It wasn't what I created for myself. It was just what somebody else did for me. So, hey, I'll knock people who getting what they other shit from other people though. 100% 100% true statement right there. But I tell people no all the time though, like, cause that's the thing. Me, I was always a yes man. I was always saying yes to everything. Until I start saying no, that's when people start looking at me funny, like, what? This ain't you. You usually say yes. Like, then they start saying, oh, you acting funny. Like, fuck out of here, motherfucker. You just want to use me. Motherfuckers be talking all that fucking shit whole time they're using you. Or they talking shit behind your back. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Just tell I tell everybody no. I ain't got it. Most time now, people just ask for money or readings or advice, but mostly money. And I'm like, y'all know I have 7 children, 7 kids. I'm not exaggerating. I have 7 children. 6 of my kids live with me. Like, got custody of 6 kids. And my oldest son lives with his mom in Indiana. And I take care of him like he was here. Like, so when people ask me for money, sometimes I got it. Well, most of the times I got it. But sometimes when I don't, because I got it, like people still steady asking for shit, and I'm like, man, you don't got kids yourself. You don't understand this shit ain't fucking no fucking life ain't free. Like I ain't not to say I gotta work for nothing, but most of like I said, most of my money just flow to me. So I was gonna say I work hard for my shit, but then again, it was a point in time where I did work hard for my shit, so that's why I'm able to reap the benefits. But it's not for me to just be giving it or handing it to motherfuckers who ain't work for that shit. Like I'm not about to just keep uh, feeding a leech my blood when you getting fat off just sticking to me, like just being close to me. Fuck that shit. Go work that. Go get that shit for yourself so you can see how it feel. Like so, I understood like how my brother felt when I first moved to Vegas, right? Cause he taught me about the law of attraction. My older brother, he taught me about the law of attraction indirectly. Let me state that indirectly. He was on live one day, Facebook Live, and he was just talking about how he manifested the mansion he was living in. And this was before I moved to Vegas. Like so, when he mentioned the law of attraction, no, he mentioned the law of attraction, but he didn't say the book he watched. I mean, the book he read or the documentary, which is The Secret. I end up finding that off just researching myself. Like so, once I found out the law of attraction from my brother, I'm like, okay, I want to move to Vegas. So 2017, I'm 27 years old, had a fucked up mindset, fucked up mentality, wasn't shit low key, but I played it off, played it pretty good. So end up manifesting myself moving into my brother's mansion in his guest house. And from March 2018 to October 6, 2018, like I got to experience a luxury lifestyle. Like went from working a 9 to 5 to driving luxury vehicles with my brother, eating at luxury restaurants, like all off his dime, living in his guest house, not paying no bills, like driving, like literally. Well, I was working for him low key, so I wasn't getting paid like no salary off of that, but still, I was basically leeching off my brother off the strength. Like I knew about the law of attraction, I learned the law of attraction, so I was using it to like basically have the universe use my brother as the fucking give me everything I wanted, because I'm like, well, I learned that the law of attraction, the universe will give it to you in the fastest way it can. Like if you ask for something, the universe is not gonna give you $1 million. Just drop it out the middle of the sky into your fucking hand. No, it gotta figure out, okay, what's the avenue you gonna get this $1 million? How you gonna get it? Like so, me understanding that, I'm like, well, my brother's making like 6 figures a month, like this, and this is before I even knew he was making 6 figures a month. He was probably like making like 70,000 a month, and I'm like, shit. If I just manifest it myself, it's gonna come through him. Like so, I didn't know I was being a leech in 2017. Like I just knew I learned the law of attraction. I knew the shit worked because he told me about it. Like I said, indirectly, but I was still the type of individual. If you tell me something that changed your life, I'm gonna try to fucking change my life too. So in October, when he told, like he basically kicked me out the guest house, like I was already planning to move like within that time, because while I was living with him, I was just fixing my mindset. That's what I was doing. Like it wasn't like I was just sitting not doing nothing. Like I was literally working for him, like running errands, everything he needed, I was there. But I was able to work on myself more. Like so, that's when I started meditating. I started like focusing on like childhood trauma. Like I started healing myself, all of that shit. And then like about the time I was ready to move, like I was in college, so I had got a big check from school, and I was like, "Hey, I'm about to be moving." But he had told me I had to go right before I was like able to move on my own. So he didn't truly kick me out, but the way he put it, and he sent me a text message. He was like, "Hey," I remember like it was yesterday too. It was October 6th, right? Which is my daughter's birthday. He sent me a text and said, "You got either this option or this option. I could stay at a weekly motel." And I'm like, "Damn!" Like I was didn't even find my place to live, but he was like, "Hey, you got to be gone by this date." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." I was able to, just off the law of attraction, right? I was able to manifest a place right off the back where I moved straight out the guest house into like my own spot, so I didn't have to go to weekly like he mentioned. So it was like the universe was always working in my favor. Like, but then, like I said, that's when I realized I had to get that shit on my own. Like, I had to work on my own shit to build it up because what I was doing to him, like I said, even though I was working for him, like I was still living off him for free, like low key. So I'm like, man, I don't want that shit for myself. So I'd rather just get this shit on my own. So I started the podcast, Positive Minds Only podcast. So that was in 2018, November 13th, 2018. And that shit just went up from there. Like, so I didn't start getting active on YouTube till just recently. So, I mean, I was always posting videos here and there, but it was like I said, it was on a consistent basis. Even with my podcast, I never posted consistent. So this year, I told myself, "Hey, you gonna be consistent." Well, actually, it was the end of last year. It was November. I'm good with date, right? So it was November 29th when I told myself, "Hey, you're gonna start posting every day for 30 days and see how it worked out." So it shit worked out pretty well for me, and I'm like, I ain't gonna stop. So 30,000 subscribers later, 10 million views later, 3,500 watch time hours later, like shit, we almost monetized. I didn't build, like I said, I didn't build my shit up for myself. Now I understand how, I've been understood how it feels to build your thing up, your own thing up, your own brand, your own name. And I've been learned my lesson on not letting people leech off me because I ended up having to have a family member live with me for a whole year. Like for a whole year, like my cousin lived with me, and like he probably helped me. He probably gave me money probably like 3 or 4 times that whole year. Like so, I understood. Like I got my karma from like living off my brother, like for 8 months by having that returned to me by having a family member sleep on the couch like for a year. So, gotta learn your lesson somehow, right? What? They finally got out the bed. Don't be coming over here coughing, not covering your mouth. I'm trying to stay healthy. And she be on me. When I get low in, low in my health and I start coughing, she look at me crazy when I don't cover my mouth. I'll bring that little. I can't call him sick because that's speaking bad energy into the universe, right? That's why it's important to always speak positive on your life. Always speak positive on your situation. Whatever it is you're going through, always speak positive because that's what you manifest into your life. People don't realize it. When you're always low key talking down on yourself, when you call yourself ugly, fat, or stupid, unsuccessful, like you speaking fucking curses on your life. That's the real cuss word. Like, people don't always just look over that shit. That's for me.
Can't let him speak me.
Why not?
I guess. Oh, you got this still a fan on.
It's because I'm smoking.
Just open the window. It's cold.
Is you gonna stay right there?
I'm gonna cut it back on real quick.
I'm about to say she cutting off the fan. It's probably gonna be there 2 minutes.
Do you have a hard time reaching it?
I have a hard time reaching what?
That.
What?
Put it all the way at the top.
What? No. What you?
No, I didn't do it on purpose. I thought about it when I was upstairs like that.
What? This ain't tall.
Oh, okay. I don't think.
Dang. She just be talking shit about my height.
No, I don't. Say
I can't find the input out in the city. I mean, like shit. For me, like I said, the way it worked out for me, I was able to move right into my spot. Like, but I had already built my mindset up. I had already built a positive mind. Like I was already like knew about manifestation. So anything that I went through in life after that moment, like I was always looking at it from a like, hey, this is working out for my favor. Everything always worked out in my favor. So getting put out, like Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Like, but I also have family members out here. Like, so it's not like my older brother's the only person out here. I got a little brother out here, got cousins, like aunties. Is Vegas rent high? Depends on if you living in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. You know what the Brooklyn place now?
If you live in Chicago, it's probably the same amount.
Yeah, Chicago. Like
And
a
what
good
you,
area of Chicago,
what you
downtown
saying?
Chicago.
Hell yeah.
Downtown Chicago.
You saying rent high?
Oh, rent? I thought
How's
you said the
rent?
cost of living.
How?
Because everything has gone up.
So if it go up everywhere else, then that means like it's about the same.
No, because Indiana's still pretty cheap.
That shit low key ain't cheap. I went to the gas station out there and I tried to get a charger. That shit was $20-something. I'm like, what the fuck? This shit ain't cheap.
Well, I ain't been there in a minute. Since inflation up.
It's all the same to me, low key. Like
Well,
it's
we don't
all
look
the
at
same.
prices anyway. You
Yeah,
gotta
like
buy it anyway. So.
shout out to Josh B coming through. Like so, yeah. If you live in Chicago, like think about it. The North Side, right? That's the good part.
The downtown, yeah.
That's probably Vegas.
About Lake Michigan and stuff.
Like that's probably Vegas prices.
Like in those sky
But you could find a spot in Vegas too where the rent is fucking cheap.
Yeah.
You could live in the hood now. Like people, I done lived in the suburbs. I done lived in the fucking hood, the projects out here. Like, come on, I done experienced it all. Like, so some people don't know how to like live in a under below their means. I'm the around 1,200. So it's about yeah, if you 3-bedroom, they just raised the rent to the hood is like 1,380 or 1,330, I think, something like that. So it's not that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. But yeah, like you could find you could easily find 1,200 rent out here if you want a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. All right. But if you want a house, now that's different. I mean, you can still find. I mean, I don't know. I have a big family, so I can't look at small like houses or anything. So I don't pay attention to like things I can't even move in off the strength of my family being too big. So it ain't even about the price. It's about like shit. I need what can fit. You know? And whatever. I mean, like I said, off my mindset, everything always works out in my favor. Everything always goes in the direction I want it to, even when it don't. Like so, even when the bad shit happens, there's always a reason for it. You just gotta find that reason and then learn from that reason, and to know like shit, good, bad, that shit is all the same. She just standing right there. I mean, you better get on this video or something. You just, they can't hear you.
Yes, they can. You got that big old microphone right there.
You ain't talking. You can't just be standing there. It's like invading my creative space. You gotta be on the camera or talking. Or adios, amigos. Just play. Dang. It's live, babe. I ain't going nowhere. It feels good to get back on live though. Like I said, that 11-day break. When I seen that shit, it was been 11 days. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm slipping. I got caught. What caught me was like I said, I posted a video that was longer than a minute. It was the Hassan Campbell video, and that shit got like 14,000 views. So that boosted up my watch time hours like tremendously. So I'm like, oh shit, I don't have to get on live like for hours just to get these watch times. So now I'm back.
You ready to go back upstairs, Mama?
Now I'm back. Did you eat you another mushroom gummy?
No.
I had me some mushroom gummies yesterday. Well, not was it yesterday? No, it was the day before. Like, I thought they was gonna do something. They ain't really do nothing.
Say Toby.
They ain't really do nothing. It gave me a little nice little feeling, but not like if I ate mushrooms straight up. Like it ain't give me that feeling.
I told you, your tolerance is too high. One did me right.
It's
You ate what, 7? And all you got was a little. That's it.
and it was like 30. I'm glad you covered your mouth.
You can't remember?
She was good to that pop.
Let's go say hi to Toby. Let's go outside with Toby.
But yeah, I encourage everybody to like step out of their comfort zone and like move away from where they grew up in. Always. Just go somewhere where you know there's people. Like just do it out of state. And if you from Chicago, don't go to Indiana. Like that shit's still like low key the same place. You gotta go. Here's the thing. It's in your birth chart, right? I talk about astrology a lot, or not enough, but it's in your birth chart. It's certain areas that you could move to that you could be successful in, and then there's certain areas where you will fucking fail in. Like you won't be successful in. Like so, I experienced that off of living in North Carolina when I was failing in life, and like everything was going the opposite way now I'm in Vegas where everything is going in the right way, like in the right position. So I had to find where it was that I needed to be. Like, but I ate weed, so patch did nothing. Hey, if you don't smoke weed and that patch didn't do nothing, then I mean the person who made it, like, they didn't know what they was doing. And even if you got it from dispensary, I mean the dispensary, like if you eat one and you don't smoke, you still should feel something. But out here, if you want, come to Vegas now. Like, shit, I can give you some edibles. But those mushroom gummies, like that was from my cousin. Like he had got that from Cali. Like, but I'm like, you gotta eat a whole fucking bag of those to get like a true feeling. But my wife still said, like my tolerance, like for drugs, is kind of high. Low key. I don't be doing like no fucking crack and shit, cocaine, heroin, none of that shit, meth, none of that shit. But psychedelics, weed, fucking, psychedelics and weed. I take Adderall here and there, so. But I do smoke a lot, so. To know and like the type of person I am, like shit, back in the fucking 80s, people looked at me as like a fucking drug addict or something. I'm like, this nigga's on drugs. Then the shit he's talking about, what the fuck? That's how my family be looking at me, low key. Well, my grandma. And probably like a few other people, like, Kenneth is into some other shit. But, hey, it's working for me like shit. If I got 30,000 people subscribed to my channel, like, obviously I'm doing something right. So, fuck what anybody else think or say, like, shit, because my shit gonna pay me. Like, what the fuck? The shit that I think about, the shit that I talk about, the shit that, like, that I want to be invested in, hey, it's gonna pay me. Shout out to Khalil B coming through. They say Cali got good weed. I fuck with Cali weed. I fuck with any West Coast. Especially Denver. Like Denver got some good ass weed. But yeah, Cali. For the prices, I say Denver. Like for the just a different bunch of strains and type of shit. Like just the different strains and shit. Go to Cali. Like they got everything. I mean, Colorado probably got everything, but Cali it's like an abundance of that shit. Like everybody got it. You could easily run into the plug out there. Like, so I done met a few plugs in my day, and I'm not even. Yeah, like I just met a few plugs. Hey, shout out to Corey Preston hitting that subscribe button. But yeah, I love weed, so couldn't nobody tell me not to smoke it. I shouldn't smoke it. None of that shit. Cause I know it works for me. Just like can't nobody tell me like I can't say can't nobody. You could give me some advice, but I'm gonna see if that's good advice or not. But like yeah, can't nobody tell me what's gonna work best for me as a 32-year-old man who's lived my life. Like literally, I failed in life. I did good in life. So I know what's gonna keep me fucking like which way I need to be going. Like I know what I need to be doing, what I need to be saying, how I need to be acting, or whatever it is. I know what I need to do in life. Like so, it's a reason why I'm a certified life coach. I'm like shit. I got this shit figured out. I ain't gonna say I got it all figured out because it's still things like I haven't probably experienced in life that I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna react from it when I do experience. But for the things that I've been through so far up until now, like shit, I got this shit figured out. And I know like shit, life is just a bunch of fucking cycles and loops and shit. Like, haven't you ever realized like certain shit that you go through, like you've been through that shit a few times, like already? Like man, why the fuck I keep going through the same shit? Like so I still experience those same loops, even though I'm going forward in life. I still experience certain things that I've experienced in the past already. So I'm like, if this is all it is, like, is a bunch of loops and shit tests, like, I got this shit figured out. Like, the fuck, this shit easy as fuck now. Like, so, unless motherfucking dinosaurs fucking pop up and some type of shit, then I don't ask me for no fucking advice, because I don't know what the fuck to do there, but, like, shit. Just as far as life and the mind, like I got the mind shit figured out. So shit fun though. Life is fun. Like shit. Like I said, when I was living in North Carolina, my life was fucking hectic. Like fucking hectic. Even though I was in the Marines, I was making some money. Once I got out the Marines, I started struggling. I was real poor. Like I was poor. Couldn't pay my light bill. My lights got shut. I got a fireplace in my place now that I probably would never fucking turn on off the strength where I was in North Carolina when I had to use the fireplace to keep my shit warm. I don't got nothing figured out. You figuring it out now? Hey, it's never too late though. Like shit, like I said, I'm only 32. Like, and it's never too late. But sometimes it is, because I be looking at certain individuals. I'm like, man, you stuck like that. Because most people don't be willing to learn. Most people aren't willing to grow. Most people aren't willing to say they don't got life figured out. They think they know everything, and you look at them like, man, your life is fucked up, and you saying you know everything. Like, people have seen where I've come from off the strength of I've been on a public platform for like the past 4 years. So people have seen me evolve from different stages, like so, like man, like I said, I know where I'm going. Like shit, I got too many people watching me to like fail or like fall in front of me. I mean, shit, I fail every day, low key every day I fail at something. So it's something that I could always be doing, something that I could always be working on within myself. Like so, it's not about failing. It's not about like getting this shit messing up. It's not about like shit. Most people get caught up on the mistakes they made in their early days. You gotta let that shit go. Shout out to my boy, you, boy, Bussy. Like you had, you pronounced it in one of the videos, but I forgot it. So, but when I see Boba Sea, it's this restaurant out here that's a fucking juice restaurant, right? And they got these fucking black fucking balls in it, and they got big ass straws and shit. No, I feel you're not lean. Exactly. So I feel like you gotta fail in order to learn and grow. Like shit, how the fuck you gonna? If you don't fail in life, then how you know what's right in life? How you know if you're doing the right thing? Or I mean, yeah, how you know you're on the right path if you don't feel like you're failing, or if you scared? Like most people never fucking try. That's boy, but see, boy, but most people never try to do nothing and they fail right there, but they be scared to fail in life in front of other people. And I'm like, motherfucker, you not moving. You still right there. Like, you talking about other people that's trying shit and that's going places, and you laughing at them if they trip or if they fall in life, but yet you still stuck. Like, so which one would I rather be? I'd rather be the person that the world is watching and I fuck up, get talked about, whatever it is. But hey, you gonna still see me get back up and keep going forward. Like, so that's why a lot of people are like comfortable where they at because they scared to be talked about, not knowing they being talked about by their friends and family. When you didn't have lights and when you got. Oh, you want to talk? Hey, so this is 2012. I get out the Marines. Did 4 year stint, right? Been a fucking difference. Let me. I always got to get a backstory. Like that's what it is. Like so, I'm probably not starting where you want me to, but I'm starting to give you the backstory. It's just me getting out, just being in the Marines. So, like I do 4 years in the Marines, get out honorary, whatever the fuck that shit called, like honorary discharge. But here's the thing, I didn't save not $1. Like I probably made a total around like 80,000 in the Marines and that within that 4 years, and I never saved not a penny. Like so, once I got out the Marines in 2012, I instantly not instantly because I like started getting unemployment. But once the unemployment ran out in 2013, that's hey shout out to my boy Bussy getting that channel monetized. I'm right behind you, like literally right behind you. Less than 500 watch time I was away from that. So within this month, like so that's the goal within May to get this channel monetized. So 2013, like I said, my unemployment runs out. My car, the first thing that happened was I got fucking, I lost my place. Like I was staying in like a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom townhouse with me and my wife and her dad and my kids. And once I got out the military, even though I was collecting unemployment once a week, I would spend my money as soon as I got it, so I couldn't even save to the next week. That's how bad it was that I couldn't even save like 2 checks to pay my rent and to pay like that's just how bad it was. Like I have a heavy spending problem. Like so, 2012 I get kicked out. Well, not kicked out, get evicted from my townhouse, move into a trailer. Within like 3 months being in that trailer, my car ends up getting towed, repoed. Then I end up losing that place. The trailer I was in, I end up losing that place within like by December 2013. I had to move into some church people, like some the church I was going to. I moved in with some church people that went to that church in another trailer, a 2 bedroom trailer, smaller than that, had full of roaches, all of that. So they ended up leaving, and it was on me to just basically just keep the fucking place or like pay the rent and like keep the lights on. Didn't have no good paying job. I was working at Taco Bell making $7.50 an hour. Uh, Lights got cut off hella times. Nobody at the church helped me. Like my wife wasn't the type of woman. This is my ex, not the wife that y'all see today. Like my ex-wife. Like so. Well, yeah, my lights got cut off hella times. The water didn't work. Every time it would rain, it would flood. Like if you flush the toilets, the shit, I'm telling you, was bad, tragic. Like people never know what I went through because I'm like, what the fuck? Like I couldn't imagine like why I was going through that. Why my 2 brothers are blowing up on YouTube. Like this is all why my brothers are like getting millions of views and subscribers, and I'm sitting in this trailer. Like what the fuck? I got 3 kids already. No, I had 4 kids already. 3 that was living with me from my ex-wife, and then my oldest son who lives with his mom. Like so, man. In 2015, when my great grandmother passed, February 25th, 2015, she passed away. And that's when I decided I was like done with all of that. I was done with North Carolina, the church, and the wife. Like so, when she passed away, I'm like, I'm going back home. I didn't even have no money to get back home. I called my grandma. She was able to buy me a bus ticket, and I just took what I had. Well, I had one bag, like a bag of clothes and some shoes, and then I had my military uniform like on. Like so, got back home. So was sleeping on a couch for like 6 months probably. Nah, I probably slept. Yeah, I slept on the couch for probably like a year at my grandma's couch. but I had a job. I had income coming in, like so things were going in my favor once I came back to Indiana. Like so, ended up getting a job at the casino. I was a chef, so I was a chef in the military, so I was always able to get a cooking job. That's why I went to Taco Bell because I'm like, that's the only experience I got. But making 750 like after I got out the military, that wasn't shit. Like especially getting paid every 2 weeks. So that was a $350 check I was getting after taxes. So my life was like, oh my, I couldn't figure it out why I was going through what I was going through. I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. And if you were the RV, you should have theirs. Hey, I mean, my life is the military takes care of me now because I got the information. Like I had to go get the information. Nobody, and when I got out the Marines, they was not telling you the steps you need to like do to like be successful, be a successful veteran. Like so, I just got out the Marine. Like I said, no money saved. They didn't give me like they didn't send me back home or nothing. Like it was just I was stuck and I was like, man, shit was stressed the fuck out. Like that's why I said I had a fireplace, and when my lights went out, I had to light the fire, and it stunk so bad. Like I'm like, man, I don't ever want to experience this shit again. Like so now I got a fireplace in my new crib. I'm like, shit, it's just a reminder of where I come from and the type of shit that I've been through just to get here. Like I said, I was going the wrong way because I didn't know who I was. I didn't have no guidance. I never had a father figure, like none of that shit. Like so, didn't even have my mom in the household. Like so, I didn't have mom or dad. I was raised by my grandma and my great grandma. Like so, but when she passed, that's when it clicked. Hey, you need to let go of all of this because it's obviously not working, and then start over. So, I was able to start my life over. Ended up moving to Vegas. Like, and now I'm here. Like so, I've been here for 4 years. I just moved into this house that you see me in. Like I just moved here last week, so hey, I know where I'm headed. Like low key, I know where I'm headed because I can see like what I want for myself. Like so, I tell people all the time, if you can visualize yourself successful, then you could truly be successful. All you got to do is put the work in to get like. All you got to do is take the steps to be successful. Like so, most people don't want. They can visualize themselves. They can daydream all day, but they'll procrastinate on the action part. So, I did a lot of procrastinating in my life, so I understand that shit. So, even today, I still procrastinate. That's something that I haven't truly overcame. So, but when I take Adderall, that takes away the procrastination. Like so. Weed, it kind of helps, but I get distracted a lot smoking weed. So, but yeah, I've been through some shit low key. That's something like I tell people all the time. Shit, no matter where you are in life, no matter how low you are, you can make it about that shit. Like it's just a moment. Yes, it sucks right now, but the fucking shit and pharmaceutical pills mess your mind up. Yeah, I try to stay away from them like that. But Adderall, that when I come down off Adderall, that's when it affects me the most in a negative way. So it's like that limitless pill, low key. Like the Adderall for me is like limitless. I'll be getting shit done. I don't take things that's gonna have me all slouched and shit, all like not wanting to move. That's why I don't take Xanax, Percocets, the lean. I don't do none of that shit. Got some goals you want to accomplish within the next year. Let's see. About reading and learning. So, shout out to Cleo for asking that dope question. Where do I see myself? What are my goals for the next year? This was right here is a big goal. Like moving into this spot is a big goal that I accomplished off the bat. Next is getting my channel monetized. So that'll be a goal that I accomplished. That's been years in the making. What else goes? Of course, to make $2 million. That's another big goal. 2 million just for this year, and not overall. Like, what else? What else? I got custody of my kids last year, so that was a big goal that I accomplished. my wife, she got the car she wanted, so that was a big goal accomplished. That was December. So I do want to get a Tesla, so that's another goal working on. Is it Adderall legal meth? If it is, that shit works. Most people be like scared to expand their mind because something said, ew, it's this. But here's the thing with Adderall. This is why I don't take it today. Fentanyl, and you could get hooked on it. Like, so me, I always took things in moderation besides weed. But Adderall, if you start taking that shit every single day, you'll get hooked on it because you'll get hooked on trying to fucking be fucking doing some shit. So me, I never was able to get hooked on it because I would take it probably like the most I took it was like once every twice for 1 week. Twice a day for 1 week. That was the most I ever took it. Then I just stopped taking it because I'm like, I don't like that it keeps me up all throughout the night because I love to sleep, and I don't like the down part. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, of course, but some people just need to be informed because I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Like, I don't do crystal meth. Like, so Adderall is called Adderall for a reason. It's not called crystal meth, or it's not called heroin, it's not called Molly, it's not called Xanax. It's called Adderall. Like, so whatever is within that, all this shit got. If we start looking into the ingredients of Coca-Cola, what's that? Cocaine. Like, come on now. Like, you can't be focused on like. I mean, of course, most people want to be informed on what they're taking, but if you gonna call something what it is, like, motherfuckers need to stop drinking that Coke. But I know he wasn't saying that out of like trying to, out of no disrespectfulness. That's why I didn't take it in the wrong way. But people gonna call shit whatever they call it. But I do what benefits me in my life. That's why I said shit. If my family, I'm so open about. I've never heard of that, but I'm so open about who I am. I'm so transparent. You can't judge me off me because like I'm okay with me. Like I don't give a fuck how somebody else feel about me. Like what the fuck? Yeah, you did. You said I have. What is Datura? I don't know. I have a. You gotta probably. Like I said, it's probably a name for that. That they just call it Datura. I don't know what that is. You gotta break it down. Most people be hiding who they are. Like most people hide who they are on the daily. Like they can never be 100% open with anybody, not even themselves. Like so, for me to be like okay with what I do, who I am, and where I'm going in life, I'm like shit. I'm okay for being judged too, cause I could judge. I could judge people with the best of them. Those people have a representation. Exactly that alter ego. Like me, I'm me at all times. Like so, whichever version you get of me, like that's just whatever part that want to come out. But like I'm always gonna be 100% open. Shit, it ain't too much that I'll think like, I shouldn't say that. Like fuck that shit. I'm gonna say what comes to my mind every time. So. I encourage other people to do that too. I feel you. I'm an Aries and it's hard for me to hold my mouth. I'm an Aries rising, so yeah, that it's hard for me to hold my fucking mouth. Good people talk when you're doing exactly like people gonna talk whether you're doing good or bad. So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do because the fuck I ain't trying to impress nobody. Like literally, there's no point in me trying to impress no fucking body, but myself. I like to do shit, and when I'm done, I'm like, man, Kendall, you did that shit. That's who I do it for. I do it for myself. Like, and then what my kids is watching. But overall, I'm not doing this shit. I'm not caring about impressing nobody. Like shit, and my fam is like the ones that I create, not the ones I was born into. Cause I can give a damn what my grandma think, like, or not just my, but just saying, but grandma, mama, brother, sister, I can care less what anybody think. Like shit, even my kids be thinking I mean sometimes, cause I'm so like just like this. I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Just make sure you watch them thoughts. Don't be thinking negative. Exactly, Alicia. I would like to thank me at all times. People call me selfish all the time. I do not give a fuck. Like, the fuck? This is my life. Come on, I'm not waking up nobody else. I'm not, God didn't put me in nobody else's shoes. Why should I not be selfish? I'm very giving. Like, I give gratitude all day, every day. Like, so why shouldn't I be selfish about who I am and what I want and what I, like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck? I'm not conforming to nobody. Like, literally, I'm not conforming to nobody. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. And do that shit happily and proud. Like, the fuck? Because this is my last life. I believe in reincarnation, but I believe this is my last time being here. So I'm gonna fucking live this shit. This this gonna definitely be put in the books for the ages. Choice. They definitely be watching my steps. They definitely be watching my steps. But and I know I inspire. I know 100%, 100%. I inspire thousands of people, probably more than that. Probably millions, low key. Even though I don't have millions of fucking subscribers, I got millions of views. So I know my reach is in the millions or positive minds only. Probably not Kenneth, but because my lives don't get millions of views. But my brand, what I created, positive minds only, is reaching millions of people. Is the haters be the ones who inspire the most because they'll watch you the longest. And that's what I come to do. I come to inspire. So you ain't got no choice but to be inspired, even though you low key hating. Like so. But eventually you'll wake up and you're like, oh, he was right the whole time. Well, you already know I'm right, but they'll get over that jealous part. That's what it be. It be the jealous and the envy. Like, but can't get too much caught up on that shit. How, like I said, I'm not worried about nobody. When it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I'm not trying to stay here longer. I'm not trying to leave early. Like, none of that shit. Like, when it's my time to go, I'll be happy to let go of this fleshly ass fucking body and never return to planet Earth again. Like, so. And I'm putting that on the fucking record. So if I do ever decide to reincarnate and I hear this shit, I'll be getting on my ass for coming back. But it ain't gonna be like that, cause I'm telling you, your boy is gonna be out this bitch. Y'all probably don't. Y'all probably think it's only a heaven and hell on this point. Oh, after you die, nah, it's more than that. Like it's more than that. Cause your boy, I ain't trying to go to either one of those places. Most people like, hey, you don't want to go to heaven? Nah, not what I heard about heaven. I'm not interested in hearing gospel music 7 days out the week. Eating milk and honey. I don't fuck milk. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't know that'll fuck up my stomach. Like shit, nah. That's not something my imagination. Uh, that's someone else's imagination, I believe. Like, so I'm not trying to go to somebody else's imagination. I'm trying to go to wherever I want to go. Like wherever my spirit can go in the universe, the galaxy. That's where I'm trying to go. The furthest, the most loving and caring place that I can go, like which will be far away from Earth. Like shit. So that's what I said. I can get deep in the conversation now. Like, and I only been smoking weed. I ain't took nothing else. I only smoke some weed. But yes, people gonna always judge you, but they, like I said, y'all said they gonna do that shit whether you doing good or bad. People's gonna talk about you. So you know what I say to the people? Fuck you. Like, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. It really be like that because it's people in my family that be talking shit and like stirring up rumors and lies. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Cause if you believe that motherfucker, you just losses with their ass. So I be quick to cut a motherfucker off. Like most people can't let go of their family. They know they got a toxic relationship with their mom, dad, brother, or sister. Yet they try to keep holding on to that individual, and that individual just keep hurting you and like putting you in situations you don't want to be in. You need to cut their ass off. Like stop holding on to these no good ass motherfuckers. Like, cause that's what's holding you back. You being, oh, that's my family, that's my mom. Fuck that shit. Hell nah, that's probably your karmic mother, your karmic brother, your karmic sister. Like you need to cut their ass off with the quickness. Shit, that's why they got social media. I don't block nobody, but I ain't gotta be friends with you. You ain't gotta message me. You ain't gotta call me. But yeah, you can see me grow. Like my YouTube is to the public. Like this shit ain't private. So yeah, you can watch me, but you can't come around me. I'm like, the fuck? That's how I am. I don't care who you is. It most of the time it's someone in your family or close to you. It's never somebody who don't know you, unless that shit is some random shit. But overall, that shit is comes from someone who's supposedly supposed to love you. Fuck that shit. Keep all y'all ass away from me. Even when my kids get older, if one of them motherfuckers, if I find out one of my kids is one of my karmic partners, I'm getting their ass away from me. Like I'm not staying around their ass. What the fuck? I know how that shit go. Some people be here to motherfucking distract you and destroy you, and they'll reincarnate as your family member. Fuck that shit. That be that devil shit right there. Motherfucking, you ain't learned from Cain and Abel. Like the fuck. The first person who got murdered in the fucking Bible was by his own fucking brother. Like the fuck, I'm not trusting nobody. Fuck that shit. Like the fuck, but I ain't gotta be Cain either. Like so, I'd rather fucking be on my own shit, low key. I'm a loner for a reason. I do too much reading to be fucking getting caught up in a storyline or anything like somebody else's shit. Fuck that shit. That's why I said let me create my own shit, my own storyline and shit. When I'm gone thousands of years later, let motherfuckers interpret the shit how they interpret the Bible. Like, but I'ma be open. I'ma be transparent though. I ain't gonna lie. So the Bible got a lot of I ain't gonna say lies, but it got a lot of metaphors, parables. So the shit be never what it's definitely loner game. Like the Bible, if they had said that shit straight out to what it is, what it really is, like instead of having all, like I said, all those parables and shit and metaphors, motherfuckers wouldn't take the shit so literal. Like they take most people that I know take the Bible like that shit really everything happened how it said it happened. And I'm not someone who's saying that's not. I'm saying fuck your beliefs, but I'm saying you got to think about it. How did fucking Moses spread the Red Sea? Like I got to swim in the Red Sea when I was in the Marines. I swam in the Red Sea. There's one that they said he spread the motherfucking sea, and there's no way that could have happened. So I'm like, that's because it wasn't supposed to be taken as a literal like story. Like so, shit is metaphysical. Like so. About this probably to start my own YouTube as well, bro. You already got a YouTube. Like that's the whole thing. You already got it. You on here. If you got your account, you got a YouTube channel. All you gotta do is hit that create button. Get online. Talk your shit. Say what's on your mind. Fuck it. This is what this platform is for. Shit. Hey, I'm not getting fucking demonetized or like whatever. Like shit. As you see, is inspiring people. You could be inspiring people. Like so hey, stop holding back. You know, tell her how many people you could reach that I can't reach. They don't know me. They haven't came across me. So, hey, what's meant for me is what's meant for me. What's meant for another person was meant for them. Who I impact is y'all supposed to be impacted by me. Or who, if you're inspired, like that's what my goal and my mission is on this planet. Like so, that's why I get on live because I know I always got the it's always a possibility where somebody can learn, or I can learn something. Like, so I be trying to get on here to learn some shit. Like, but yeah, you definitely already got a YouTube channel. All you gotta do is hit the create button. But you can't get caught up on, man, ain't nobody watching my videos. You can't get caught up on that. You can't. All you gotta do is be consistent. Like I said, post videos you know as your shorts that you know other people are into. That you into. Like so. Nipsey Hussle. I'm a big fan of Nipsey Hussle. So I post Nipsey Hussle shorts. I'm not truly a big fan of like Fat Joe, but he do give game. Like so, if you give game, or I'm not a big music fan of Rick Ross, but he got game. Like he's giving game. Like so, that's what I'm, and that's what I'm gonna share on my shit. But sometimes I do post videos that don't got nothing to do with inspiring, but that's because that's what people want. Like I understand what people want, and it ain't always to be inspired or to be motivated. Yes, some people look for that, but overall, to get the views and to get monetized, like shit, I'm trying to work this shit in the best way I can, so it ain't gonna always be what everybody think I should be posting with a channel called Positive Minds Only. It's called Positive Minds Only because I got a Positive Minds Only. Like when you hear me speak, you get like, oh, I see why it's called Positive Minds Only. It's not because of anything else. Like it's not about the videos, none of that shit. I got a business called Positive Minds Only. It's my brand, and it started off as a podcast. Like so, if you go listen to my podcast, you'll hear the different stories that I talk about, and most of them shits is like it be stories that shit ain't positive, but I got a positive shit from it. I got something from it. I learned something from what I went through. Like so, understanding that, I be telling people, shit, just live your life, do you. Like, do you? Cause motherfuckers is gonna do them. Then most people, they don't even do them either. They be fucking worried about what somebody else doing. Fuck that shit. If you got the time to focus on somebody else, if you got the time to watch TV, get on social media, you got that time to focus on yourself or create whatever you want to create for yourself. Like I said, we all got the same 24 hours in a day. Where's she coming soon? Oh yeah, I got some merch already. Like it's on. You gotta go to my description in the about. It's in there. I need to start linking it to all my videos and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I've been doing this since 2018 as far as like Positive Minds Only. Like so. Of course, I should be wearing my Positive Minds Only shirt, but like I just moved, so got a lot of shit that's still packed up, and I'm not in a rush to like unpack it. Like so, all I'm focused on is like my goals right now, getting monetized. Once you got the goals set down, write the plan, and then execute. Literally, that's what you gotta do. Execute that shit. Don't worry about it not happening the next day or the next week. Shit. Sometimes the shit take a while. Like literally, sometimes the shit will take a minute before it manifests. So, but if you keep working towards it, the shit gonna happen. Like shit, literally, the shit will work out in your favor if you just keep pressing forward. Like I haven't stopped or gave up on my journey since I started this motherfucker. Like so, the journey is working on myself, like fulfilling my happiness, chasing my goals and my dreams. That's what I'm. That's what my job is. Like literally. So when I get on here and talk, this is part of my job. Like so. I'm not getting paid physically dollars off YouTube, but I'm pretty sure the universe always gives me back pay, like low key. Like I'm doing spiritual work when I get on here and I talk. Like so, the universe has to pay me for the work, the service I put in. Like so, yes, YouTube can pay me, but I'm looking for that spiritual payment. I'm looking for that spiritual abundance because it's gonna always be way more than what a company or a man can give me. Like so, that's why I truly focus on like self, like building myself up, cause you can't change the world without changing yourself first, cause that the change happens from within. Like literally, I couldn't change the world by telling people, hey, uh, let's just give an example. When I first woke up, right, when I had spiritual awakening, I tried to force my beliefs on everybody else who are Christians because that's who I grew up around. That's the environment. Everybody was a Christian. I never knew a woke person, never knew a conscious person until I woke up myself. Like so, when I first woke up, I started trying to put it on like wake everybody else up. But here's the thing that I learned: if my alarm is set at 6:30 and somebody else's alarm is set at 8, they will be mad and pissed if I tried to wake them up when I got up. Like so you got to let people stay asleep. You got to focus on you. You got to when you wake up at 6:30, you're being distracted if you're trying to wake somebody else up. Like so you need to get your day started and by the time they get when they wake up, hey, it's on them and it ain't no race. Like literally, it's not no race. Like so whenever somebody wakes up, that's when they was supposed to wake up. Shit. That's just how that shit be. Great analogy. That's my favorite one. Like literally. I probably heard that on my journey, like just a couple years ago, but I just been using that shit ever since. Like so, I don't know. I can't remember. Probably was a YouTube video. I probably heard somebody say that shit. That shit sound good when I say it though. All this shit is, man. Haven't you noticed? Nothing is fucking new. Like nobody does nothing new. Nobody creates nothing new. Everybody says the same words. Everybody sings the same songs. Even the lyrics, they be the same shit. Like so, understanding that nothing new happens under the sun, you just gotta make that shit to your personal like do it your own personal way. Like literally, because there's other people who talk about certain topics that I talk about, but they're not going to deliver it how I deliver it. They're not going to tell you the exact same thing I tell you because what I tell you is off personal experience. I'm not over here like grabbing some stories that like I haven't experienced no type of like literally everything I talk about is because I experienced the shit. So most people got easy. Most people can easily make up stories and make it sound good. I've never been able to create a story. I mean, one time I was able to create a story off and got paid off of it. But my stories have to come from like real life shit. Like I can't just create no lie and tell and make it sound good. That shit just never worked. If I'm lying, you would know I'm sounding like I'm lying. Like, cause I can't lie. Like I used to be able to be a good liar, but once I, like I said, once I woke up, it was like lying is it'd be so funny. Like when I be lying just to tell a lie, to like just to say it, or sometimes because I don't say that I don't lie at all. Like the last time I think I lied to somebody, it was an accident. And it was because I didn't hear what they said, or like I think I misinterpreted what they said, so I lied. So I wouldn't say yeah, I kind of lied because it wasn't the truth, right? But when I lie, it be like on accident. It don't be like oh I deliberately try to lie. It be like I spoke too quick and I said the wrong thing and then I don't want to be like nah like I don't know it'd be crazy. But that don't happen too often because like yeah the truth is within me. Like so if a person say they don't lie like that's a lie because that shit still be like popping out. I'm like what the fuck you lie for? I'll tell myself I say kid why the fuck did you lie for that for? Like even it be the dialogue in my head off certain shit that I'll think or say, and I'm like, I had a conversation like, now was that fucking necessary? Like literally, like what the fuck? But I don't know. Some people could do that shit all day, get paid for lying. I'm like, man, I wish I. Well, no, I wish I can get paid as much off telling the truth as the motherfuckers who got paid for lying. That's what it is. Like I need to be getting this paid just as much as the people who lie and create propaganda for telling the truth. Like, so that's gonna be a goal of mine. Like literally, that's a goal of mine. Without having to like fucking do no. You know what? I had a conversation with my uncle the other day, right? It's for my little cousin's birthday, and he was like, "Do you believe that you can make $1 billion without fucking selling your soul, basically?" And I'm like, no, he probably didn't say it that way. He said it another way. But the way he said it, he like, no, he was like, I heard that anybody who's ever made millions, billions of dollars, they always had to do something to get that. So he was asking me, do I believe that it could be done without fucking sacrificing like my or whatever, like sacrificing whatever to get to that level. So made me think like, cause I heard that same statement. Like most people who like all the people, well not most, but a lot of rich, wealthy people who became rich and it wasn't off like their family inheritance or something. Most of them people who became rich initially, they had to do some fucked up shit. Like whether they was stabbing somebody in the back, stealing from somebody, killing somebody, like whatever. Sold they sold, like did some whatever. They did something to get it. So I'm like, man, hearing that and knowing I'm still in the stages like I'm not letting no shit like that deter me from making some money off another motherfucker saying you gotta do something to get it. I'm gonna ride this fucking train as long as I possibly can. That's why I learned about fucking real estate. That's why I learned about crypto. That's why I learned about stocks and like all these other type of shits. So I wouldn't have to sell my soul to get some money. Cause that's what it be. The motherfuckers who get that money, they didn't work on themselves. So they be like, man, I gotta do something to get this because I don't know which other way it can come. Like so me, I did the work, I did the studying. So of course I'll be able to become successful off of my fucking creative intelligence. Because guess what? I did the work. Like, that's why storytelling is what I experienced as well. I also do not. I was gonna hold and keep knowledge fire. Thank you, Sandy, for that message. It's crazy that you mentioned that you lied at 5, right? Because I think I was 5, probably 4, 4 years old, right? I'm in preschool, and I had this lie planned to tell. I planned on telling my teacher. I planned on telling her that I went to Hawaii that weekend. I don't know why I was planning on telling her that. Like, what the fuck? I'm Gary, Indiana, from the hood. What the fuck? Like, this teacher gonna believe me, right? That I went to Hawaii. But like I said, I practiced the whole thing. Like, hey, when I get, because I used to always be the first kid in my preschool class. Like, I'm like, soon as I get into class and I see her, I said, I can't remember her name, but I said, hey, over the weekend I went to Australia. They both was lies because I didn't go to Hawaii, didn't go to Australia. But the simple fact that I planned the lie, and then when I got to the teacher and I told a different lie, like and knowing she didn't believe that I went to Australia, and I didn't even think to fix it. That I said, oh, not Australia, but Hawaii, because with the first thought that popped up in my head when I said Australia is, oh, she knows I'm lying. Like literally, that was the first thing that popped up in my head. Oh, she knows I'm lying. Like so, of course she knew I was lying, but the simple fact that I planned that lie and that shit didn't work out how I wanted, I'm like, man, what the fuck? Like I know I'm not no good liar. Like literally, I fucked up the lie with another lie, and still haven't been to Hawaii or Australia. God damn it. But I don't even know why I wanted to tell her I went to Hawaii for. But I always wanted to go to Hawaii. How do you even remember that? I remember, come on. Shout out to you for asking that question. I could tell you, like, the first memories I had, right? Which was probably 2 years old. The first memory I had was 2 years old. I was at the hospital eating some nasty ass fucking Cheetos when my little brother was born. Like I didn't know he was being born, but I just remember being in the hallway at the hospital eating these fucking Cheetos from the vending machine, and the shit had a weird ass taste to it. Like so, from that being my first memory, the next memory I remember around 3 years old getting took away from my parent. Well, I remember. Come on, I remember a lot of shit now that I think about it. Like, but it's certain things that impacted me, like trauma wise, or not just trauma wise, but things that like that really stood like in my memory for whatever reason. It was based off kind of like trauma. So I guess telling that lie and realizing the teacher knew I was lying, like that trauma tries me to like stop telling lies for no reason. Like so, I don't know, but I remember a lot of shit, a lot of shit. But I can't remember what I talked about in the past 10 minutes. Or, yeah, I can't remember shit that happened just recently. Like, so my shit is backwards. My memory shit is backwards. I can remember shit from years ago, but I can't remember it just recent. Crazy, right? Oh, it's photographic memory. That's what it is. Because I see it in, like, pictures and shit. Like, the certain things. I didn't know I had photographic memory till like somebody told me what it was. I'm like, oh, I do got that shit because the shit that I memorized, it plays as a movie to me. Like all my memories play as a movie. Shit, going to Disney World at 5 years old. Shit, I remember that shit. It was a ride, the Jaws ride. Man, it was a short ride, but it was so scary. It impacted me to remember that. Like certain things that I've always experienced, certain things that the average kid didn't experience. So even though I grew up in Gary, Indiana, which was the hood, I grew up in a household that had money. Like so, that's why I learned. Like even though people come from the hood, poverty, that whole even though the environment may be considered a poverty area, everybody in that area ain't like poor. Like so, I grew up firsthand knowing my grandma and my Gigi had monies because we was going to like we were always traveling. So that's the crazy part about it. Even though I lied to my teacher in preschool, I was always traveling. So I could have easily told her I went to a place that I actually been to. But Hawaii is just what popped out. I don't know, and I still haven't been to Hawaii. Like so, it's crazy. I've been all around the world and I still haven't been there. And now it's even closer than it was when I was living in Indiana or North Carolina. So I need to make that trip. But now I got 6 kids in the household. Like that's, I mean, damn sure ain't taking their asses. Like so, gotta just find somebody who want to babysit. But yeah, I'll be remembering shit. That's what the storytelling come from because I just remember shit so vividly. Like literally, when I be telling it, I be living, I be going through it, and I don't know, should be crazy. Some people like they block out like traumatizing moments in their life, like and then some people like shit they just remember that shit. My wife she can't remember half the shit like of her childhood shit. I'm like, what the fuck? You can't remember like, or some people they don't remember. They remember when they're 9 years old or something. Australia and Hawaii, like them plane tickets is not cheap. But once I get to the position, like of course I'm gonna take my children with me, because I can afford to go there any month, right? Like there's nothing holding me back from going. It's just I got kids and I don't trust people watching my children. Like, so, the fuck, I ain't going nowhere until, like, shit. If my mom was out, now, if my mom was living out here, then I'd be able to travel more. Like, me and my wife be able to travel more. But, I mean, I could travel too by myself, but I wouldn't want to leave my wife and go to Hawaii. True, you definitely could create Hawaii wherever you are, but it's something about that place that I've always just been drawn to. Like, I guess it was off that lie. I guess it was the lie that traumatized me. But even as a 4-year-old kid in preschool, why would I say Hawaii? Why would I want to go to Hawaii? I don't know. You said it's overrated. You must been like, have you, did you grow up in Hawaii? Right. or you've been once or twice and like it didn't live up to the hype. And which area of Hawaii did you visit? Because you just can't tell me it's overrated. Like, because I want to go for the just off the energy feeling. Like, I think it's more of like energy of what I'm drawn to than just a specific place. Because I lived in North Carolina, and I was living on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, so the beach was just right there. Like, so put it in look, it would man. North Carolina was so gloomy. Now that I think about it, that shit had a dark cloud over that shit too, like low key. But I like where I'm at now. Like I love Vegas. Not just like I love Vegas. I encourage anybody to move here. But who knows? Thrive in North Carolina and fail in Vegas. Like shit, that's just how that should be. You gotta find where you're supposed to be. Polynesian Cultural Center. I think my sister in law probably mentioned that because she just went to Hawaii just recently. Like so, she loved it. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna say I got a bucket places like that's on my list to visit. London, uh, Hawaii, Australia, Dubai. That's probably Egypt. The Stonehenges, fucking Tulum, Mexico, like with the Mayan ruins, like all those fucking places. Like I want to go. I want to visit. Spam just called my phone 3 times in a row. Like what the fuck kind of shit is that? But they better leave a fucking message. That's probably because somebody was calling. Like, so can y'all hear me? Hear me now? What about now? Is it good? Because if not, I'm going to have to end the live. Well, since I ain't getting no message, I assume it's still fucked up. Alright,